Here are the steps to add an AWS account into CloudPoint 23 website.
Log into CloudPoint 23 account. Click on the Add New AWS Accounts tab located on the right-hand side of the dashboard. Select AWS account. Then click on the Next button. Select Manual Setup option, then again click on Next. We can see user guide for adding AWS account here. Click on this link. After scrolling down, we can see the process of setup S3 billing bucket for cost and usage report. We can create the cost and usage report by using this link, which will go to the cost and usage reports dashboard of AWS billing. Click on Create Report. Give this report a name such as Billwoffer. In additional report details, check the Include Resource IDs checkbox. In the Data Refresh settings, check the Automatically Refresh. Then click Next. When we click Next, it will take we to the Delivery Options page where we will create the S3 billing bucket. In the Delivery Options, click Configure. This will open the Configure S3 bucket dialog box. In the dialog box, the two option is select an existing bucket or create a new S3 bucket to be used specifically for CloudPoint 23. We select an existing bucket here. Click Save to save this policy. When the policy is saved, we will return to the Delivery Options page. Enter the report path prefix. We will need the report path prefix name later when we are adding the AWS account in CloudPoint 23. Choose Daily for time granularity. Select an option for report versioning. AE can select Overwrite existing report. Select gzip as compression type, mandatory. Click Next. Then, click Create Report. To manually create the IAM policy in order to allow CloudPoint 23 access. On the AWS Management Console, go to the Identity and Access Management screen. From the left navigation panel, click Policies. Click Create Policy. Switch to the JSON tab and replace the existing JSON script with the script provided in CloudPoint 23 IAM policy. We find those policy into our user manual. Return to this page. After scrolling down, we can see the link of Create IAM policy here. Click the link. After scrolling down, we can see all the script here. 3 policies need to be created. The first is CloudPoint 23 Event Bridge Integration Policy. Copy the script, then replace the existing JSON file. Click on the Next button, then give this policy a name. Click Next. Click on Create Policy. Like this process of creating policy, we will create the last 3 policy. CloudPoint 23 Integration Policy. CloudPoint 23 System Bucket Policy. We need to replace the S3 bucket name for this policy we create earlier. In order to allow the CloudPoint 23 SaaS application to use the IAM policy we just created, we need to create an IAM role. To create a new role, on the AWS Management Console, go to the Identity and Access Management screen. From the left navigation panel, click Roles. Click Create Role. On Select Trusted Entity page, select AWS account. Click another AWS account. For account ID, enter the CloudPoint 23 account ID. For this account ID, we need to go to the user guide, then copy the ID and paste it here. Click Require External ID. For external ID, enter the string that was auto-generated for us by CloudPoint 23 in step. The auto-generated external ID adds an extra level of security for us. Click Next. In Add Permissions, select the 3 IAM policies we created previously and also add the read-only access. Click Next. Enter a name for the role. Click Create Role. Search the role name here and click on the role name. We can see an ARN ID here. We need to copy that ID and go the CloudPoint 23 page and paste it into this ARN of IAM role field. Then give this account a name. Copy the S3 bucket name we created for before and paste it to the bucket name field. Copy the report name also and paste it into the report name. Copy S3 path prefix. Paste it in the prefix path section. We have now completed the first part of the manual setup related to the AWS console. Click Setup to complete the process. Now, we can see the resources and the costs of our AWS account here. Thank you for listening.